Okay, so good morning. We are talking about 6.1 and 6.1a and b today. So with your notes, I'll have this in for the 2 days. Today we just did 6.1. Tomorrow will be 6.1b. So we're talking about exponents. So remember, exponents are or we can call it a power. It is the number of times you multiply the base. So it's important to understand what is the base. So if I have x to the power of 2, this means the same thing as x times x. Or if I have 4 to the power of 3, that is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. Okay, so understanding what is your base to your power is super important to understand. So the first thing that we're going to talk about with this is one of the rules. So we have some rules with these, of course. So one of the rules is the zero power rule or zero exponent rule. And so an exponent or power, right? We can say those interchangeably. So the zero exponent or zero power rule means anything to the power of 0 is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, so it's important to understand what is your base. So if I have x to the power of 0, that's simplified to 1. So we're simplifying here exponents. If I have 102 to the power of 0, that is 1. If I had a to the power of 0, that is 1. If I had -4 in parentheses to the power of 0, that is 1, simplified to 1. So we're simplifying all of these exponents today. So that's one rule to just memorize, okay? Anything to the power of 0 is 1. And the next one then is the negative exponent rule. We can't have negative exponents, so you can't have them. So what do we have to do to get rid of them? So what I want you to do is stop and think about scientific notation. So if I had 3 times 10 to the power of 2, hopefully you remember that 10 to the power of 2, that means that is 10 times 10, which is 100. And so what happens with that 3 times 10 to the power of 2 is becomes 300, becomes bigger. So if I had 3 times 10 to the power of -2, what happens is this 10 to the power of -2 makes this 3 go smaller. So hopefully some of you kind of remember that what happens is the decimal on here, when it's greater than, it moves to the right. Well, with the negative, it moves to the left. And how we do that mathematically is we do fractions. So this is really 3 times 1/10 to the power of 2, or 3 times 1/100, or 3/100. We don't do decimals here, okay? No decimals. We're just doing fractions. So what it's telling me then is negative exponents, you're going to have some type of fraction, or you're going to have to move that numerator denominator because it's a negative. So I have to make that number smaller, okay? So let's look at some examples here. Okay, so I'm going to do some examples. So if I had 3 to the power of -2, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line and put it over 1. That's a whole number. Then because I have this exponent that is a negative, I'm going to say, okay, I know 3 to the power of -2, so all of this has to move 3 to the power of 2. It becomes positive. Notice it becomes positive. And then I have a 1, so this is simplified to 1/9. Don't forget 3 times 3 is 3 to the power of 2, okay? So even if that was a variable or a number, so let's look at some other examples. Let's do if I did x to the power of 2 over y to the power of -3. So x to the power of 2, I want to keep that there because it is a whole exponent, so, and it is positive and not negative. It's not a negative integer. And then I notice my y is the power of -3, so I need to move that to the top, and it becomes y to the power of 3. Or you could say x squared y3, okay? So let's stop and think about some more information, and I'm just going to put some of them together. So what if I did 6a to the power of 0, b to negative 2, and I'm asking you to simplify. Stop and think about what would be the first thing that you would do. You can stop the video now and see what you would do to find the answer. So one of the things that I would do is I would notice that this is 6 times a to the power of 0 times b to negative 2. Again, you don't have to rewrite it this way, but it may help you understand what is my base. Well, 6 is to the power of 1. There's nothing here. It's not to the power of 0. But a is to the power of 0. So technically that just becomes 1. And so now I have 6 times 1 times b to negative 2. So 6 times 1 is 6 times b to negative 2. And then hopefully you saw the negative exponent, so you know you have to draw a fraction. And then you're going to ask yourself, you're going to read from left to right. 6 is to the power of 1. It does not move because it's not to a negative exponent. B to negative 2, it needs to go to the denominator now and become a positive. And that is simplified. Okay, let's look at another one. What if I did 3 to the power of negative 2, x to the power of 4, y to the power of negative 3, over 2 to the negative 2, and let's do z to the power of 3. So hopefully the first thing that you saw was there are some negative exponents. So we're going to draw our line. We're going to look at our 3 to the power of negative 2. Again, if you want to put a little multiplication here. So this needs to move to the denominator. I'm going to look at x to the power of 4 stays where it's at because it's positive. Y to the power of negative 3 needs to move to the denominator because it's a negative. 2 to the power of negative 2 needs to move to the numerator because it can't stay there. And then z to the power of 3 needs to stay where it's at because it's a positive exponent. So I have x to the power of 4. I have 2 times 2, which is 4, all over 3 times 3, which is 9, times y to the power of 3, z to the power of 3. And that is my answer. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do 2 to the power of 3, x to the power of negative 4, z to the power of 3, over 3 to the power of negative 2, b to the power of 0, and y to the power of negative 4. So stop the video and see if you can figure this out. Okay. The first thing that I would do is you could put your little multiplication in between to make sure you understand. I would see that I have a negative exponent, so I need to draw a line. I also see I have b to the power of 0, so that can just become 1. And so then I'm going to read from left to right at my top. 2 to the power of 3, that's going to stay where it's at. X to the power of negative 4, that needs to move to the denominator. Z to the power of 3 needs to stay where it's at because it's a positive exponent. So I'm done with everything up here. Now I'm going to move on to the denominator. I have 3 to the power of negative 2. That goes to the top. Notice this is all multiplying. B to the power of 0, I said, is 1. If I could put a 1 there, that's fine, but multiplying anything by 1 is just 1. And then I have y to the power of negative 4. And so that needs to go to the top as a positive 4. So I have 2 to the power of 3. So remember that's 2 to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2. So that is 8. Then I have z to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. Y to the power of 4. And then z to the 4th. Now I have 8 and 9 that can combine. So that, remember, this is all multiplying. So that becomes 72 z to the power of 3. Oh, sorry. It's kind of sloppy. Z to the power of 3, y to the power of 4, and x to the power of 4. Typically your variables go x, y, z. Like you can have this y moved over. It's multiplication. It's fine just like that.